I thought I'd say this, but you're not gonna need this anymore. This 8-meter strike as a big dog. I've sailed this thing so much. It was the ticket to getting up, you know, as a big guy. Everybody's kind of on the 8-meter. And the challenge with it is, it was awesome for getting up on wind, but it was like having a V8 on a little car. And then once you got up on foil, you had the e-brake on, you know, so you had all this extra power that you couldn't dump, you know, you needed it to get up on foil. But once you're on foil, for me, I could never really, you know, I could never get it close hauled in and really get the apparent wind advantage of it. It was mostly being used to get me up on foil. And I keep going back, and I'm gonna keep plugging this board now, is this, Gong, this Cruzader Hipe is just, it's amazing board. That with the Leviathan foils are gonna get you up like you were 160 pounds. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about my 4th session yesterday on that. And I got a chance to take my 150 liter 510 Fanatic out and do a back-to-back comparison. So I'll talk a little bit about that too. I got the 8-meter first so that I could get up and get going. And then I got the 6-meter because I thought, hey, when it gets windier, I'll get on that. But with this Fanatic board, the 6-meter was really never enough to get me up and going. And so I think I foiled on it maybe like 3 or 4 times in the last year. That all changed with this board. Now with this board, I don't need the 8-meter anymore. And the beautiful thing is I can get up on the 6, and I can keep it sheeted in and really generate that apparent wind that's gonna get you going even faster. Couldn't do it before, and now that's enabling to do that. So it's kind of the combination. It's not only that, I mean, it's not only this is definitely the thing that's gonna get you there, absolutely for sure. But the Leviathan, the pumping style foils are absolutely amazing. So I went out yesterday and it was maybe 10-ish gusting. There was some like 14-mile-an-hour gusts that came through. And the nice thing is, in the beginning with the 10-mile-an-hour wind, I went out on the 1550, and I was just cruising around having a good time. And then the wind picked up, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna shoot in. And I went in and I did a quick change out on 1150, and that crossover was just perfect. I was able to get out on the water and basically jump right onto that one without there being a big hole. And on that foil, it's so much faster. I mean, the 1550 is great for that. You know, it's got, it maxes out maybe around 10 or 12 miles an hour, which is fine. But when it gets windier, you end up having drag on that. So as a big guy, you're just taking that. Your body is having to like counteract that force. So it's not so fun when it gets windy. All of a sudden, you've got a terminal speed on that one, and you're trying to hold it down. So when the wind picks up, you switch over to the little guy, and all of a sudden you don't have that issue of the drag anymore, and it's comfortable again, and you get another, you know, 4 or 5 miles an hour out of it, which was great. So the combination, the 6-meter, those foils and this board are gonna get you there. I'm gonna have to say goodbye to the strike, the 8-meter, which is awesome, because as a big guy, or anybody trying to jibe that thing, it's a monster, you know. I'm not jibing yet, and my buddy that's jibing, he takes that 8-meter out and he's like, it's like jibing a Greyhound bus. You know, it's just so big to move around. And the 6, it's nice. I mean, as a big guy, you never really get to go out on a small foil, you know, in the kind of conditions that we have around here. 10-ish miles an hour. Dreaming about getting on a 6, nobody, and I would have never thought I could do it. So now with those 2 foils, this board, you can do it. So could you do it with that board? I mean, those foils and this board? Well, I took it out yesterday and the answer is no. So now I'm a true believer in this thing. Like if you're over 200 pounds, you gotta go with this board and this foil. It's absolutely amazing. So it's more than enough with 1150 now and the 6 and this board. So next time out, I'm gonna go put it on the smaller Fanatic and just see if I slog like the rest of these guys out here. Okay, without a doubt, this side-by-side comparison is amazing. 6-meter going out, I can't even get that thing, I mean, going at all. This thing slices through. It's up and foiling. If you're heavy, definitely get one of these. You can see these guys, everybody's kind of slogging around out here. But I'm getting going on the 6. And it's a blast. I'm like overpowered with the 6. I can't even get on foil with this guy, but I can with this one. So super thumbs up. You know, I mean, what I did was just basically switch between my 1550 and my 1150. When I got a little windier, I got an 1150. Fell off a little bit. And I just kept the 6 meter the entire time. So that was great. I almost went down to the 899 when it picked up. So in a lot of ways, you know, you could almost have one sail. I mean, the 8 meter I don't think is necessary anymore with this board, which is great because carrying that 8 meter is kind of a big pain in the ass.